Hello, I'm Charlene. Today we're talking about how to grow your followers fast on LinkedIn. And yes, followers are a vanity metric, but you do need a certain amount of volume of people coming to your LinkedIn page. And there are a few reasons for that. And I'm going to share with you how to grow your followers fast. We're going to do a little mini series. So I hope you'll join me and we are going to get started. Hello, I am Charlene Tessier, founder of Strength in Numbers, and I'm helping you use a strategic live stream to find your ideal clients online and get your programs filled. Today, we are looking at Justin Welsh's post that he did a few days ago about how to get followers very quickly on LinkedIn. And it's a very short step-by-step process, but reading it is one thing, doing it is another. And he challenges you to essentially move the needle from if you have less than 5,000 followers on LinkedIn to over 20,000 followers on LinkedIn and not having to post any additionally that more than you already do, and still be able to grow out your fan base. And there are a few reasons why you do want to grow out those followings and get more views. Is the first is you want to get your stuff seen more by more people outside of your connections and followers. And if possible, the second reason is you want to get seen by the right people. Like you're always saying to me, I want to get in front of my ideal client online. How can I find my ideal client online? How can they find me? How can I get in front of them? The internet is a big, big place and it's difficult to get in front of them. And even if we go to a place like LinkedIn, which is a little bit smaller, but it ain't that small, there are a lot of people there that are not your ideal client, but there are a lot that are. And so creating some content that's going to target them, as well as building out followers that are interested in what you have to offer is really important. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is the reason we want to build our followers is because then we want to drive them into our lists, right? Somehow, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. That is another step down the road. It's not the step for today. So I invite you to be with me, join me for the next few days and to actually execute this strategy. And let's see what happens. I'm super curious. Will I be able to double my follower numbers at least in the next 30 days? I am super excited about it. And the great thing is, it's not a ton of work. It's pretty easy to do. And I'm getting in front of the right people right away. So, how are we going to do it? I have put his original post in the link of the description of actually that's just above. You'll have to click that see more to see the original post. And I'm going to go with you, walk through it with you step by step. And the very first step he says is that we need to find 5 LinkedIn profiles that are essentially the gurus in our space, in our niche, in our area. And so for that, you want to look at, and I spoke about this last time, is picking a person whose profile, whose audience, so the people who are following them would be interested in your service and offering, right? So they would be tangential. You wouldn't want someone exactly the same. Generally, it may or may not work depending on what you're doing. For me, for example, there are some big players in the LinkedIn kind of growth hacking space. If they are doing things that are not around video, for example, Justin doesn't do anything with video, he only does written text, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. That's his style. It works for him, and he loves delivering his value and content that way. I love delivering my value and content via video on LinkedIn. So that unique combination means that maybe there are people in his audience who might be interested on growth hacking LinkedIn using live streaming and video. And so therefore they would probably be interested in stuff I do because that's what I do. The other people who I could follow who are really would be amazing for my audience would be a person who is an amazing story coach, story presenter, or webinar master guru, right? So those people in those audience are looking for ways to probably get in front of their audience, most likely using form of story or video, and would want to probably growth hack LinkedIn with me, where I do a combination of the two. So think about that. Now we need five, and you're thinking, oh, five, I can come up with five, no problem. Well, there's another step after that, and five might not be the right exact fit. So come up with 10 or 15. All right. So look through your contacts. I bet you already know these are big players. You want people with really pretty big followings. Pretty big followings would be 20,000, 50,000. 100,000 might be too much, but let's try it. I don't know. I'm just experimenting here with you guys for the next 30 days. So let's try it and get a list together of bigger ones who are posting at least 3 times a week. If they are a really big player on LinkedIn, they are posting all constantly. They can have a really huge following and not be posting at all, and therefore you don't want to be using them. The other thing you want to also look out for is the engagement. A lot of people I see also have big followings just because they're a big name. Maybe they're a big name on Instagram and they happen to have a presence on LinkedIn. They post or doing a repost, but they aren't really engaging here. And you'll notice that it's like kind of crickets in there. You don't want that either. So there's a few additional criteria that not identified in that post that he said, and I'm going to help you flesh out and work through together. And I'm curious, like, how many more can we get, right? So maybe let's also do this today before I even forget. Write down how many followers you have right now. Put it somewhere. I don't know, make a spreadsheet and just put it there because I think we might need that spreadsheet later. Hint, hint. All right, so check out the post. I will see you tomorrow for the second step. Let me know if you have some challenges getting those 10 to 15 big players who you want to really engage with, and their audience could be a match to your service offering. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm super excited to try this out for the next few days. So let me know. Let's go. And this is actually still part of the 30 days, 30 tips for 30 days for helping you find your ideal prospect on LinkedIn using live stream. I will see you next time.